The Rock is a self-centered, spotlight-hogging hypocrite. Now, I don't care about self-centered, spotlight-hogging people. They can live in their own bubble, surrounded by people who constantly validate them. But hypocrites, I can't let hypocrites slide. And ladies and gentlemen, I have conclusive, undeniable evidence that The Rock is a hypocrite. Allow me to take you back to October of 2022, when Black Adam was released. Black Adam was a comic book movie starring The Rock, that is part of the now-deceased DC Cinematic Universe. Back in October of 2022, the DC Cinematic Universe was already on life support. But DC had one final roll of the dice left: Black Adam. If Black Adam, starring the biggest star and biggest hypocrite in Hollywood, proved to be a commercial success, it might just have revived the DC Cinematic Universe. If Black Adam failed, the DC Cinematic Universe would be over. But people were tired of comic book movies, and since DC films had an abysmal track record, audiences weren't interested in watching Black Adam. The writing was on the wall. But The Rock wasn't going to accept defeat, now was he? The Rock went to the DC executives and said, "The Rock can't be associated with a flop. The Rock is the biggest star in Hollywood. So I need you guys to put Superman in this movie." The executives rightly said, "But The Rock, we don't have a Superman actor. We fired Henry Cavill." The Rock said, "It doesn't matter if you fired him. Hire him back, put him in one scene, and The Rock will tell the people that Superman is in this movie." So in their desperation, that's what DC did. They rehired Henry Cavill, put him in a scene, and The Rock went on Jimmy Fallon and announced Henry Cavill's Superman is back and will be in Black Adam. Not only that, but this Black Adam movie would lead to a future Black Adam vs. Superman film where fan-favorite Henry Cavill Superman would battle The Rock's Black Adam. Unfortunately for The Rock, this tactic didn't work. Black Adam flopped, the DC Cinematic Universe died, and DC refired Henry Cavill. The Rock graciously took the L, accepted this as part of being in Hollywood, and moved on to the next project. Now, I'm just kidding. The Rock took to social media and hammered DC executives for killing the biggest possible storyline in comic book movies. The Rock complained to his fans, "How could DC Studios not see the potential of a Black Adam vs. Superman storyline? It was my genius idea, and had the studio stuck with it, they would have made mad cash, and the fans would have gotten to see an epic movie." By now, you're probably wondering what in the hell has this gotten anything to do with The Rock being a hypocrite, and where is the evidence that I promised? Now, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to take you to last night's SmackDown. Cody Rhodes is on SmackDown and will finally be face-to-face with the Tribal Chief. A storyline 2 years in the making. Cody will finally finish his story by beating Roman Reigns and becoming the WWE Champion at WrestleMania. This confrontation between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns would be the first of many leading up to WrestleMania. But then what happened? The Rock's team's hit. This hypocrite shows up, daps up Cody Rhodes, forces him to smile, shows him out of the ring as his music is playing, and just takes Cody's spot for WrestleMania. A man who preaches the importance of finishing stories when it comes to his own stupid-ass stories is now derailing a storyline 2 years in the making. Hypocrite. Hey Rock, DC didn't continue your stupid storyline because no one cared. If we cared about your storyline, we would have probably watched it. Your movie, Black Adam, would have made some money, and DC would have continued with that storyline. The fact that that movie didn't get made because we didn't watch it and because it didn't make any money. Your story died because we didn't care. But we have been all in on the storyline between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. For the past 2 years, we have been promised that Cody will finish his story at WrestleMania. But now you're shoehorning yourself, not even shoehorning, you're straight up replacing Cody Rhodes. You're replacing one of the main characters in the story. Have you learned nothing about storytelling in Hollywood? Stories matter because there's a payoff. If there is no payoff, what's the point? But you already know this. You already know this because you talk about this when it comes to your own damn stories. You rage when the stories you help build up don't get a payoff. But when it comes to other people's stories, you're happy to derail. You are a hypocrite. No, I take that back. You are not a hypocrite. You are an uncreative hypocrite. Since you can't come up with stories that resonate with audiences, you decide to straight up barge into stories that other people have spent years building up to. Practice what you preach. You are mad because your story with 1 week's worth of build-up had no payoff, but you are perfectly fine with sabotaging a storyline 2 years in the making. A story which we, the fans, have been heavily invested in for the past 2 years. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Don't be a hypocrite. Step aside. Let Cody Rhodes finish his story. Search for your validation someplace else. Or else, we, the fans, promise you that your WrestleMania main event will flop worse than Black Adam. Goodbye, sir.